transportations.
According to studies, travel accounts for between 30 and 40% of the total vacation spending, with the remainder going towards accommodation, food, and other activities.
These features emphasizes the importance of transportations once again.
What the hell does it mean? I'm a traveling man, straight from the can. I'm 1,000 miles away from my number one fan.
My hopes are getting tight, won't let me out at night.
You can't avoid the complications, but there's no reason at all. When the lightning strikes me right, I'll drink my beer, I'll wipe my tears, southbound in the sky. Another crime, another reason, get you ever.
We are having too much problems, delay, and poor comments from our transportation in the Philippines. For example, after picking up 2 passengers, bus drivers in Singapore proceed to the next station. In the Philippines, you must still fill the entire jeepney or bus before leaving the station. Instead of being productive, these examples waste a lot of time. This is occurring as a result of the Philippines' inadequate and inferior transportation. Here are some terrible transportation situations for the Philippines to consider. First, Aling Nena is upset with the tricycle driver since she paid too much for her short trip. Second, Mang Kanor is annoyed because the air conditioning on the bus he was traveling on is broken. Third, a student chose to walk because there were no jeepneys available at the terminal station. Fourth, since the bicycle lane is too tiny for Roger to balance his bikes, he was hit by a car while riding his own bicycle. Fifth, the news is constantly reporting that the MRT and LRT train stations are malfunctioning, causing passengers to be uncomfortable and unsafe.
The Philippines' primary international gateway is Ninoy Aquino International Airport, while Denpasar Ngurah or Bali International Airport is the only airport in Bali and is considered Indonesia's second busiest airport. Both NAIA and Denpasar Ngurah International Airport are certified with a 3-star airport rating for facilities, comfort, cleanliness, shopping, food and beverages, and staff service. Denpasar Airport faces logistical problems in October 2022, a nightmare on July 29, 2022 with hours-long immigration lines, and Bali seeks to ensure smooth flight operations amid extreme weather. But if we will try to analyze, Denpasar's issues in transportation are common compared to the suspicious activities in the Philippine air transportations. In January 2023, a power outage prompts the Philippines to suspend flights. The delays in baggage arrivals at NAIA worried holiday travelers during Christmas season. And the Laglag Bala was a scandal in the Philippines that began in September 2015. In addition, on May 27, 2022, NAIA was tagged as the worst business class airport in the world as it received the worst scoring in a number of destinations, on-time performance, and rating from Skytrax. Meanwhile, Bali's Ngurah International Airport was recorded as having the highest number of passengers and flights in June 2022 among the 15 airports and was ranked first in terms of aircraft movement. So, the big question is, where are the Philippine terminal fees and taxes going?
I'm a traveling man, straight from the can. I'm 1,000 miles away from my.
Since the pandemic has brought us to this kind of uncomfortable situation, the following are the multiplier effects of having substandard transportation in the Philippines tourism industry. First, tourism industry is a big business, and if stop its operations, it will cause extreme unemployment. Second, inflation from the products and services to the affected region. Third, low tourist arrivals and revenues. Fourth, less fun from the culture and society. And lastly, many businesses will need help if air transportation will still be a problem. The following are some new trends in transportation systems that can be used in our country. First, contactless technology. Second, digital health passports and vaccination visas. Third, sustainability. Fourth, being a responsible citizen. And lastly, a change in the government.
Look like bees buzzing by the highway.
Transport systems today causes noise pollution almost everywhere in both public and private places, wherein it is estimated that some 135 million people in OECD countries suffer transport noise levels, especially for those who live closely or next to the roads and highways. The sources of noise from road vehicles are many and varied, including brake squeals, door slams, loose loads, horns, and over-amplified music systems including railway and air traffic noises. Water quality and hydrological conditions are affected by transportation operations. Marine transport emissions are the most significant portion of the transportation sector's impact on water quality due to the rise in demand for maritime ships. Dredging, waste, releases ballast waters, underwater noise pollution, and oil spills cause negative effects on water quality and contaminate coastal ecosystems. Highway vehicles, marine engines, trains, and aircraft emit gases and particulate particles that contribute to air pollution because they harm human health and impact air quality. Due to its toxicity, physical and chemical characteristics of particles are linked to health hazards such as breathing difficulties, skin irritations, eye inflammations, blood clotting, and different allergies that may result in serious conditions such as cancer, cardiovascular, respiratory, and neurological illnesses. Governments can also take measures to ensure correct noise management and reduce noise pollution, such as protecting certain areas of natural interest, city parks, etc., from noise establishing regulations that include preventive and corrective measures such as mandatory separation between residential zones and sources of noise like airports, fines for exceeding noise limits, installing quiet tires on automobile, preventing noise from entering sensitive areas by utilizing noise barriers, creating pedestrian areas where traffic is only allowed to enter to offload goods at certain times, replacing traditional asphalt with more efficient options that can reduce traffic noise, new or improved passenger rail infrastructure like rail lines. The following are some ways in order to control and reduce maritime industry emissions. Avoid shipping and repositioning empty cargoes and containers. Having a consistent and efficient wastewater treatment to remove pollutants through a physical, chemical, or biological process. To avoid oil spill, using mechanical techniques like booms and skimmers, containment and skimming are conducted. Ensure that the materials carried on ships are properly secured. Reducing vessel speed to mitigate underwater noise pollution. Driving fewer miles would therefore decrease the amount of pollution produced by vehicles and their potential to produce smog-forming emissions. The following are good approaches daily in transportation systems that can be efficiently practiced in our country. Carpooling, taking public transportation, walk or bike, telecommute or work from home if possible, and ensure your vehicle in its optimal efficiency in terms of its air filter, oil, fluids, etc.
The wheels are rolling like a rolling stone.
From school, ano po kayo?
We are BSTM Management students from NAIA Colleges, Laguna.
Wow! Galing naman!
I am Reynadine Marasigan.
Casey Francisco.
And I am Jerome A. Dalvez, and